right, welcome to the Drive to Draw podcast. My name's Pete once again. Phil Fickner joining me here in the studio.
Thank you,
and
Pete.
we've come off the short run up today because
Where's the big...
Well, we've got a guest on today and we don't want to go over time.
No, we get in trouble, don't we?
We do indeed. But coming up a little bit later, we've got Jayden and Katrina Green. So not only one guest this week, but two.
Thought we were going to have four. I had a little bit of Noah too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Didn't hear from
2.5.
Adrian though. Didn't hear from Adrian.
No, that's okay. Mate, how's your week been before we get into around
good.
the greens?
Saturday, top side, beat the top side Salisbury. Only by a few shots.
Yes.
Lucky enough to get my rink up.
Yep.
Or my rink got up. Yesterday, got done by Para Hills. My rink got up, but we got up. But the team went down by...
Was that at Para Hills?
No, we're at home at
Toorak.
Toorak,
Yep.
yeah. Went there by 4 or 5 shots. So that's probably the end of us on a Wednesday.
Yep.
So sitting second on a Thursday.
Yep.
On a Saturday, sorry.
Yep. Just while I got you, a question without notice. How's things progressing at Walkerville, as in the build?
That's a good question. Haven't been past for a while. I believe I think they're plumbed it, ready to sort of what they do. Yeah, put up this framework or whatever they do, and so hopefully I think beginning of next year, I think we're gonna. Like next season.
Yep, absolutely.
Fingers
Probably
crossed.
depends on weather, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mate,
exactly.
we've got a fair bit to get through tonight, so let's get into Around the Greens.
Around the Greens.
All right, mate. As per usual, we're going to start off with the Premier League. Some interesting results were thrown up on the weekend.
Sure was, Pete.
Let's have a look at round 15.
Round 15, we had Westlakes and Grange. Westlakes 79. I think we both picked that.
We did.
Beat Grange 56. Jimmy Gregory 26 over Scott Shepley 12. So a big win there to Jimmy.
Yes.
Your mob Ascot 75 versus Adelaide 86.
Yep.
My old mate Mitch Percy, 15, going down to Corey Hicks, 26. He said Corey had a day out.
He did. He was in a mood and he just played brilliantly. He was a couple of rinks down, but every time I saw it, he drew it beautifully.
Salisbury got over Lockleys, which I think we both picked.
Yes, we did.
90 to 78. Graham Saw, our valued listener.
Yes, absolutely. One valued listener.
30 over Ash Hall's 11. So that's a good win for Sawry over Ash. Ash is always...
Around the mark?
Yep. Next game, Modbury versus Holdfast. Holdfast needed to win this, and they need to win at least one more.
Yep.
Otherwise, they could be...
we were talking about that off air, but it's certainly going to be an interesting run home.
Modbury 72 to Holdfast 75. Gary Meakin's getting a bit of a hiding. 7 to Fergus Roundtree 28. So he doesn't get many of those.
No.
Gary. Somerton. Good game here. Somerton and Hawthorn. Somerton 78, Hawthorn 80. Jeff Ayworth 24, Lockie Bowman 12.
Yep.
So, again, Lockie doesn't get too many of those.
No, and from what I had heard on the grapevine on Wednesday, we played Somerton, is that it sort of went down to the last couple of ends and the last couple of bowls. So Hawthorn getting up over the line there.
Yeah, and it's one I didn't tip. I know I tipped Somerton there. But
at home, you sort of would have picked Somerton, but
probably would have.
They're in a little bit of a boat that they don't mind playing away at the moment.
So Somerton's still sitting top, and they will finish top. 13 and 2, Ascot 10 and 5, Adelaide 10 and 5, and Hawthorn 10 and 5. So
the 4 is now set.
It's
now
set.
jockeying for positions with 3 rounds to go.
Yeah, that's all it's in it now.
Yep, and then obviously Lockleys unfortunately will be relegated. We sort of flagged that at probably the halfway point, but it's going to be interesting between Grange, Salisbury and Holdfast with the run home for each of those teams, whether somebody can jag a game here or there. An early start on Saturday. Some people are up and about early.
Less ends.
Some take a little while to get going. It could throw up a couple of interesting results.
Yeah, I sort of had a quick look, Pete, and looking at it on paper, I would say Holdfast and Lockleys to go down, but funnier things have happened,
and we've seen it. We've seen it over the last few weeks, haven't we?
Yep.
All right, let's move on to round 16.
16, yeah. Hawthorn v Ascot.
Match of the round.
Match of the round.
Friday night and on NBA.
Oh, really?
On the NBA live stream. It's wherever the card.
Oh,
is
really?
drawn. Yep.
Okay, be worth watching if you're on, Pete.
Oh, don't say that at the moment, mate. It's Hawthorn's home game, but I think after last week, Ascot losing to Adelaide, it's game on now. Everyone's sharpened the focus a little bit.
Tip?
Ascot.
Ascot for me. Grange versus Somerton.
Because it's being played early in the morning and Rudy won't be back from the BPL.
Oh, yeah, he won't be either.
I'm going to pick Somerton.
Somerton for me, anyhow, whether he was back or not. Holdfast versus West Lakes, a big game for Holdy here.
This changes everything if Holdfast win,
Yep.
but I think West Lakes are going to beat them.
I think so too.
Yep.
Lockleys v Modbury, nothing riding on this game. Lockleys are heading down, Modbury are safe.
Look, I'm going to say Lockleys at home.
Lockleys at home.
Yep.
Modbury for me.
Yep.
Another good game here, as we spoke just off air, Adelaide versus Salisbury at Adelaide.
You've got no Charlie,
Scotty.
no Kobe, no Scotty, no Nathan Black. Even though Nathan didn't play last weekend, but he's in their top 16.
Yeah, I think he would be.
Just, only under 23 representative of Australia,
right.
winning gold and silvers and all sorts of medals. It does make it a little bit hard, but I think Adelaide have got enough class to cover.
Oh, you said off air you're going Salisbury.
No, I said I gave Salisbury a chance. But thinking about it, I think Adelaide's second side
look, I can't go past
is
Adelaide
going
either,
pretty
but,
well as well.
I'm sure Sori will let me know if they do win.
He will definitely be on the horn. All right, we better move on to Division 1. Oh, ladder. Oh, no, we've already done the ladder. Let's move on to Div 1.
I was going to flick my notes back there, Pete.
All good, mate.
Divi 1, round 15. We got Marion v Somerton, and we said Marion had come back after last week's loss, and they did.
A little bit closer than...
Yeah, 77 to 62. Yep. Brady Slater 23 over Ewan Graham 15, which means they were all pretty close because you only got over the line there by, 8. So, it's a pretty good game.
Absolutely.
Tranmere. Port Noarlunga came up to Tranmere on their carpet.
Yep.
Roger Carl 12 to... Oh, sorry, I didn't even say the score. Tranmere 75, Port Noarlunga 90.
Yep.
Roger Carl 12 to Brad Napa 27. So it's a good win there to Brad.
Tough trip coming from Port Noarlunga to Tranmere.
To the carpets of Tranmere.
Yep.
Or artificials. We got Millswood 74, which I tipped, and I think you tipped, Pete.
I did.
Versus Henley 75. Erno Rossi 17 to Jeff Marsh. Marshy, another good win, 24. So very tight game there, Pete.
Yep.
We got the next game, Woodville versus Toorak, and I reckon I tipped Toorak.
You did.
I did.
And I reckon I went Woodville.
Woodville 90, Toorak 52. Mark Hanrahan having a good win over Guy Uren 11.
Yes.
So that's, unfortunately that's the end of Toorak. They're heading down.
Yep.
Paynham. This was an upset, I thought, anyhow.
Yep.
Did you tip them?
I thought that they would win at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paynham 87, Robbery 77. Corey Searle was the only rink up.
Yes, but they won by plenty.
36 to John Cooper 14.
Yep.
So Paynham with 3 rinks down. Probably didn't help their cause. They got the win, but 3 rinks down, they missed out on points. So, not too
Benny
sure.
said that the rink just gelled all day.
Yeah, and Corey's had a few big losses.
He has.
So it's good on Corey. Young bloke there skipping.
Absolutely.
So we'll go to the ladder quickly, Pete. Marion 14-1, Port Noarlunga 13-2, right up their clacker.
Yes.
Millswood 10-5, Somerton 9-5-1, and Henley 8-7. But I don't think it'll change.
Henley playing Paynham this weekend, which we'll talk about in a minute.
They are.
Could get some valuable points,
but Somerton are playing Tranmere, so
the points go the other way.
Out.
So the top 4 probably set there. A bit like Premier League, it's now at the bottom 2 or 3. Woodville are in a little bit of danger. Modbury in a little bit of danger, and Paynham are in a little bit of danger.
They are. Just going through it, I think it could be Toorak and Paynham to go down.
It could
just
be
looking at
up to the last round.
But as we said, Paynham play Woodville. So that'll probably tell who's going up and who's going down. So anyway, we'll get on to this
starts this weekend, doesn't it?
This week.
All right, let's do this weekend.
Round 16, we got Modbury versus Woodville.
Modbury for me.
Woodville for me. I reckon Woodville might. They've had a couple of wins now. Henley versus Paynham at Henley.
I rate Paynham playing on the quicker Henley surface, but Henley for me.
Henley for me. Port Noarlunga versus Millswood, the match of the round.
This is the match of the round for me.
At Port Noarlunga.
Port Noarlunga with a bit too much strength.
I think so too.
But I'll be interested to see how Millswood go.
Yeah, absolutely. Good game. Good game to see.
Absolutely.
Toorak versus Marion. Top versus bottom.
You have to go to the top side.
Got to go to the top side. Marion for us.
Yes.
And the last game is Somerton versus Tranmere.
Well, based upon the ladder, this could be an interesting contest, but I rate Somerton probably at home a little bit more fancy.
Yeah, same with me. Somerton for me.
Yep, Somerton for me. All right, mate, that is our Div 1 and Premier League breakdowns. Let's move on quickly, because we are a little bit short of time, for some hot shots.
Unfortunately, that's the joys of being in the commentary box down there, but it's fair game. But boys, Jayden Zeller, what a bowl there.
Awesome shot, Jayden.
We've seen him.
Nathan Pedersen.
Great bowl. He's going to sit nicely on Hill's bowl there. Charlie, you're the star of this commentary box, mate. You take all the credit.
Craig Goldfinch.
Oh, Craig Goldfinch there.
Perfect bowl.
Not far away at all.
Charlie's probably got good reason to like it, I reckon, if he can find this guy.
Stop it. What a great shot from Adam Black.
All right, everybody's favourite time of the night. It's the Barossa and Light Roundup. Phil, take it away.
Thank you, Pete. Round 20, second to last round up there. Lindock played Anguston, which was too good. They're both in the 4. Lindock 68 versus Anguston 81. Harry Sykes getting another touch up this week. 9 versus Liam Buckley's rink at 25.
Yep.
Liam, a very good bowler in a wheelchair, but certainly doesn't hold back. He's a great lad and great bowler. Tanunda, an upset of the round here, Pete.
Yeah.
I think you almost tipped Tanunda by accident.
Accident, yes, and I saw your face and I thought I'd better change it.
Tanunda 87 accounted for Newry 67,
Yep.
So a real good win there. Neil Stewart 20 overs. The Mayor. 13.
He did not have a big loss,
13.
did he? Wow.
He did. Only 7 shots. It's not a big loss, really. But the Mayor going down would have been,
Bear with a sore head, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to the next game. Mount Pleasant 55, you're done to 109, so you're done to late season form now. David Cook from Mount Pleasant 10, Tate Rogers 34. Tate's had some good wins up there this year.
Yep.
The last game is Freeling 51 versus Kapunda 105, so a huge win there. And a big win to one of the Greens, Adrian Type, over Roger Scene 10-36. So huge win to Adrian's rink there.
Absolutely.
And as Will mentioned on the podcast, on the players' interview,
yep.
young Jayden winning the club single. I'll just write that down.
Yes.
There's another club single coming up at Lindock, Ash Thomas versus Shane Marsden. I've got a feeling Ash said to me it could be this Friday night. They usually have a bit of a tee up there. We've got to try and get up there yet, but time is running out.
It is indeed.
Yeah, so that's on, I think it's Friday night, so I might be wrong with that.
Yep.
Quickly, while we're on that, Michelle Collins and Kat Green winning the pairs at Kapunda as well, as Kat winning the singles, and Mickey Butler and Matt Gutterson winning the men's pairs up there at Kapunda. So that's about it. And I'll quickly go into the premiership table now, Pete. Angaston 16-4, Newry now second, 13-7, Kapunda 14-6, but the points keep them in third.
Yep.
And Lindok 13-7, so very, very close there to who finishes second, third, and fourth. Angaston got top sealed up.
Yep. They struggled a little bit early, but they've come good, haven't they?
Yeah, a couple games clear now. So one round to go. This is the last final round.
Yep.
Freeling v Yadunda. Freeling's last game at home to Yadunda, which is Yadunda's last game.
Yadunda.
Yadunda for me. Match of the round up there this week is Kapunda v Angaston. So we got third versus first at the Thunderdome, at the hangar.
Because we had Kat and Jayden on, we have to pick Kapunda, but Angaston, top of the table. I'm going to go for an upset here, Kapunda.
You're going Kapunda? I'm going Angaston. Yep. Sorry, Jayden and Kat.
You got to have faith. You got to have faith in them.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do win.
That's
though.
Exactly right.
Lindok versus Tanunda could be a good game at the Lindok Barossa Oval. Now they call it or something.
Yes.
At Lindok. So Lindok versus Tanunda.
Tanunda for me.
Lindok for me at home. And the last game is Newry versus Mount Pleasant, who's had probably another year to forget, but they battle it out each week. So
you have to go the mayor to bounce back. Newry for me.
Newry for me, the mayor to bounce back big time.
Yep. Mate,
that is it.
Absolute fantastic results there in the Barossa and Light League. All right, we are going to take a very, very quick break, and then when we come back, our players interview.
Liking this podcast? Please like, rate, and subscribe. Players interview.
And welcome to the 22nd End Players Interview tonight. We not only got one guest, but we've got two guests. So welcome to Jayden and Katrina Green.
Hello.
Hi.
Look at that.
Where do we start? Maybe we'll start with Kat. Just take us through your bowls journey and where you started, and then we'll move on to Jayden.
I started about 20 years ago, roughly. I've been playing for that. I started in Berry Bowling Club. My dad played, so I sort of followed mum and dad's footsteps and grandparents. And then moved down to town later on, and yeah.
Adelaide Bowling Club? Were you at Adelaide?
Yeah, started at Adelaide, met Adrian there, and then I gave up when I was 5 months pregnant with Jayden, and then came back about 4 years ago. So, yeah.
Kapunda, under the big hangar.
Yes.
Do you guys live out that way?
Gawler,
there you go.
We live at Gawler.
Had the best postie, didn't you?
Always used to have. We did have the best postie. I reckon he spoke to us all every day.
Yeah, I feel sorry
I
for you
can hear
guys.
Jayden saying something in the background there. What did he say? No, you didn't.
Actually, Noah's here too, but I'm not going to show you him.
Evening, Noah.
You can just say hello. Hello.
Obviously, you sort of got into bowls a little bit because of family, but what sort of made you take that next step and then obviously, play in the city a little bit and want to take that next step, and what's your journey been like since that?
I always wanted to be a bar attender and just play bowls nearly 24/7, which is why I sort of moved down to Adelaide. Then things sort of changed with the kids and that, and I just wanted to do the best I can. And I love playing for the state, our club, I love the game generally. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And then state representation?
Yep, so I started when I was about 18. I went to Darwin and played in a 5-a-side series up there there and in the hot, beautiful weather up there.
Yes.
And enjoying it over at Kapunda, no doubt. Good club.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
good club. So
got the whole family playing there now. So Noah's in the twos there, playing 3 in the twos, I see.
Yep.
So and going well.
Yeah, no, we are. So top sides definitely in the finals. This is our last week of the minor round this week. So we'll see where we actually finished. So
very good.
Yeah.
It's very close, isn't it? That top 4.
It is. I think there's only one shot in the second, third, and fourth. So yeah.
Jayden, you're there now, aren't you?
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Good.
Tell our listeners your proudest moment at Walkerville Bowling Club.
I knew you were going to bring this up. It's not the proudest moment. It can't be.
Who taught you everything you know?
Well, Mum and Dad have.
And he's talking about Walkerville.
Yeah, no, it's good. I know they have. Remember, we won the money at Walkerville that day. That was one of my best days of bowls I ever had, I can tell you that. Seeing your face when you opened that money up, and yeah, it was great.
Did it go in the piggy bank, or did you get to spend a little bit of it, mate?
I'm not quite sure, actually.
What did you have to do? You had to give the entry fee back to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's a bit mean.
No. Yeah.
And obviously, Jayden, you started your bowls pretty young and basically following Mum and Dad around the bowls rink?
Yeah, pretty much. Started when I was 6 or 7, and from then on, I've improved my game lots. So I started in the third side at Kapunda, and then I've gone to playing 3 at Kapunda in the top side.
To Mum.
Which is good.
To Mum.
Yeah.
You get on right there? No arguments?
Sometimes.
Jayden, congratulations, buddy. I haven't talked to you since you've won the club championship the other week. Beat Mickey Ryan, I believe. Mick Ryan?
Yep.
Well done, mate. You must have bowled your butt off. You had Big Pete there watching you, I think, didn't you? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's unbelievable. 11 years old, a club champion. I don't care what club you're at.
That's a fair effort.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Winning your first club championship's always quite special, and your mum there won the women's in the same year. That's a feat. I'm pretty sure most clubs wouldn't have had a son, daughter. Yeah.
That was 3 in a row, wasn't it, Kat, for you?
4, I think it is now.
4, sorry.
Yeah, I've lost count.
I haven't lost count how many I've won.
There's none to count. Obviously, Jayden, you are involved with the state under-18s?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we went over to Queensland last year and I played in the 4s and triples for SA, and in the triples we got a bronze medal, and in the 4s we did no good.
It happens.
You're going to play about 100 games in the under-18s, aren't you, at 11 years old? You got years left in there.
Who was in your triples there? Who was partnering?
So it was Ashton Mahoney.
Oh, yeah.
Then me. Then Liam Coe.
Pretty handy little rink there. Well done.
Yeah.
And the under-18 championships here in SA was basically the week before you played your club singles final, so you got plenty of practice in. How did you go in that event?
Yeah. In the singles, I won 1 and lost the first one, and I only lost it by not many. And then in the pairs, we got to the grand final, and we lost by 6 shots, I think it was. And we got silver.
Who'd you play pairs with again?
Noah Phillips.
Oh, okay. Where's he from?
Port Noarlunga?
Port Noarlunga.
Yep. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. And then we played against Charlie and Kobe.
Good combination
and
there.
They ended up winning.
Yeah. And we didn't do any good in the triples either.
That happens.
It does happen, exactly right. Now, did I see a little post somewhere online Mum might have put up that you had to play your brother in one of the matches? Was that a pairs match?
Yeah, the club semi.
Semi. And the under 18s as well. Yeah. They both played, you played in the pairs, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the under 18 pairs, we played each other.
That was a week.
And I won.
Hey, watch out. The younger brother always has a score to settle. So, keep playing well, mate. That's for sure. As we do with most of our interviews, we ask them a few questions. There's probably a couple here for both of you. We might start with Kat first. Who's your sort of one must-watch player at Kapunda, maybe this year or maybe next year?
Noah's trying to point to him.
Fair enough.
Which I do think has potential. Both the kids do. They're to watch out for, I think, in the next few years up there.
They come from good stock, though, Kat.
That does help, doesn't it?
Yes.
I had the privilege of playing against Jayden in the state fours. He led for Seamus Curtin, and boy, he was letting the old man know when he got him close. That's for sure. Which is always a bit of fun, and it was a bit of banter out there. Who's your main rival up there in Kapunda?
In the ladies, it's Linda Carter. She's normally in amongst all the in the finals. I played with her in the last 3, I reckon, or singles finals. Men, probably, Adrian.
Fair enough. Interesting dinner table conversation.
Yeah.
What about the club that's probably your biggest challenge up there in Kapunda?
The biggest challenge?
Yeah.
Who's the hardest club to sort of play against?
Yeah. Angaston is sort of the toughest one there. But again, they're beatable. So it just comes down to our day and everyone believing in themselves that we can do it.
Yep, absolutely. Who brings the most energy to your team?
Jayden and Adrian do.
Adrian? Oh, he's just quiet, like a lamb.
Church mouse?
He's changed.
What's your favourite club to play at? Now, this can be locally or it can be nationally, because I know that you guys have spent some time up on the Gold Coast and other venues around the place. What's your favourite one at home or here in SA, and then maybe one nationally as well?
Anywhere in SA, any club with the grass. You just don't get anywhere anymore around here. So actually I played at Beaumont on Sunday, and that was absolutely beautiful.
It is.
So I'm going to give Jimmy a good rap there for that.
You can give him 2 good raps, because I was there with you, Kat, and I totally agree. They played brilliantly.
He had them running beautiful. Yep. And then probably Broadbeach is my other one that I like.
Yep.
So,
who's the GOAT of Kapunda? Who's up there?
Not Brian Grant, surely.
Yeah, well, it is the kids, but
gotta be.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not blowing their bag, blowing them up, but yeah, they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's great to see young ones obviously on the green and spending time as much as possible on the greens rather than in front of computers and all that kind of stuff. So
they drive me insane after a Saturday night. They're back out there playing again.
Yep.
I'm like, where do they get this energy from?
That's the experience of youth, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
All right, Kat, one last one for you. If you're all square on the big boards and you're playing in a grand final and you've got one bowl left in somebody's hand, who are you entrusting it to?
In our pennant side, probably Adrian. Although me the other night in our pairs final, because that was me pretty much. So, yeah, probably Adrian.
Yep, fair enough. And anybody in the bowl circle, who else would you like to have the bowl in the hand if you needed it in the last end?
Probably I'd go back an oldie, Steve Glasson.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon I could trust him with it. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll just ask Jayden one more question. With the BPL being on at the moment, are you watching that?
Yes. What now?
As we're talking to you guys.
Fair enough. Who's your favourite player, mate?
Oh, I don't know.
I reckon you need to watch Sir Alex Marshall. He's the man, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be one that I'd be watching. And obviously, you know Scotty and you know Rudy.
Yeah.
From the Adelaide Pioneers. But, yeah, definitely I'd be watching Sir Alex Marshall. He is phenomenal when the chips are down. He'll just draw you something or he'll play something through the head. So what a great role model.
I've got something in common with him, Jayden. You know that? We've got bald heads.
That's right. We all go to the same barber. We all go to the same barber. We'll get you out of here on this one. We like to have a bit of fun at the end. If there's a movie made about you, who's playing you?
Kat or Jayden?
Both.
I don't know. I don't watch heaps of movies.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's right. We'll leave it up to the. We'll leave it up to the listeners to have a bit of fun with that one.
What about you,
as well.
Jayden?
Yeah.
Shrek.
Shrek. Oh, you're Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek.
Oh, Jayden.
Very good. All right, we better wind things up there so young Jayden can get off to bed. He's probably got a big day of school tomorrow. But guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us tonight on the 22nd end, the players' interview, and good luck for the rest of the season. And as we always talk about on the podcast, we keep a bit of an eye on the Barossa and Light. And if I'm not going to be playing finals, or we're in a final and we get a chance to duck out and watch some of these finals, I might end up heading up.
No worries. Thank you for having us on, and good luck.
You got a tee up there this week. Do you want to just quickly plug that?
Yeah, we have. Well, now because it's hot, we're actually doing a lunch now.
Okay.
So we are doing a fundraiser and an auction, and all money raised is going to Rare Cancer Australia. So
very good cause.
Yeah.
Yes. I
very good cause.
Something somewhere, and thought we'll try and get that on.
All right. Well, if you're in the area, drop into the Kapunda Bowling Club.
Yeah, and if you want to donate, just give me a call. If you want to donate to the foundation.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you very much, guys.
Greens.
Thank you.
Love you, Jayden.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. And you, Noah, if you're still there. Go to bed now.
Liking this podcast? Please like, rate, and subscribe.
And we thank Katrina Green and obviously Jayden and a little bit of Noah there in the background.
Good old Noah.
For their time tonight on the players' interview. Next week, we've got the Mayor of Ascot.
No.
I will leave that
Mitch
up.
Percy.
I'll leave that up to the punters to have a bit of a guess. But teed up, obviously, this player for next week, and really looking forward to talking about his bowls.
Sammy Dietrich, we better get a six-pack in here.
We'll see how we go. All right, mate, we're going to whiz through the extra ends. State events, state pairs played on the weekend. It threw up a few surprises, but not so many surprises in a few. Well done to Lodgy and Alex. They got through their section there. That was at Beaumont on the weekend. Seamus and Brett Baldy obviously got through our section, but had really great game against those guys and enjoyed playing. But there were a couple of results that probably didn't quite go the way of a few of the better known players and obviously Prem or Div 1 players losing to some players that are a little bit lower. So, hey, these type of events throw up some surprises. It is a funny game. State singles obviously being played this weekend. Best of luck to everybody involved. The greens are starting to run very, very well around the place. So really get 4 bowls. There's no real excuses. All right, let's move on to bowls tipping. Make sure you get your tips in early. We might give an updated scoreboard next week as to the...
Doesn't mean much, though, because a lot of them have got nicknames and...
Yeah, we'd like to find out who the actual names of some of them are, which would really make it interesting. But we might give a full rundown of that next week. All right, let's move on to tournaments.
The tournaments. We have got Brighton Bowling Club, Adelaide Cup Day, 9 for $9.30, $120 per team. 2x4s by 2 game pairs.
Yep.
McLaren Vale Open Medley, 9:30 for a 10 o'clock start, $100 a team. And it's the same, except 3 bowls. It's the same
format.
Format.
Normally that's 1 game of 4s.
Yep.
One pairs, have a lunch, and then the other pairs and switch over, and then a 4s at the end. But yeah, in this case, it's a 3-bowl
Heading down to Encounter Bay, there's one on down there on Monday, so it's going to be a long day. We're leaving home at when the sparrows get up and come home when the sparrows are going to bed. So
you're saying we have to do this podcast next Friday to
Monday
to cover your Monday travel?
Yeah, no, just down and back for the day, so we should all be good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's just a couple tournaments, and we've still got the Newry tournament coming up on the 2nd of March, Don's Breakfast, and then Victor Harbour on the 3rd and the 4th. Got Clare on the 30th and the 31st of March.
Don't pull a hamstring.
Yeah, got a bit coming up.
You do indeed. Okay. All right, let's move on to BPL Cup. It's currently being played right now. We did say we were going to have it on the TVs here, but I haven't had a chance to hook that up. But the Adelaide Pioneers going all right at the moment, sitting in 3rd or 4th spot.
I think they went up tonight, didn't they? They won this afternoon.
They did indeed. So just having a little bit of a look at that, they were sitting around 3rd or 4th, but currently at the moment sitting in... Get that
Here we
up.
go. This is live.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Adelaide sitting in 4th. 11 wins, 8 losses.
Who's leading that?
The Geelong Jets.
Oh, yeah, that's a new side.
They've been on fire. Paul Foster and Aaron Wilson and his partner or wife, I think it is now, Jamie Lee Warsnop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
If you haven't... I'm sure everybody that listens to this podcast would be watching the BPL at some stage, but if you don't, it's available on. Okay, that's right. Our one listener and our one view on Facebook and also YouTube. The junior BPL was being played, obviously represented by Charlie Hicks and Kobe Jarman and Ander Panjwant. Yeah. Not getting off to a great start, but they've got 2 days worth of play there.
You got a ladder up on that?
I do indeed. The Gold Coast Hawks 3-0 and Adelaide in 5th spot.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. One win, 2 losses. Anything can happen on the last day, and I think it's good to have those juniors around the big event.
You see them on the TV there. I've been watching it this week. I tape it all.
Absolutely. BPL Cup venues haven't changed. Moonta, Boolaroo, Berry, Torrensville, Kapunda, Salisbury, Mount Gambier and Port Augusta. Any changes to that, we will let you know. National events, there's not too many national events going on apart from the BPL at the moment. But as per usual, if you haven't got your entries into the Australian Open, certainly get them in if you want to trip up to Queensland. All right, let's finish off on some general questions. Friday night fixtures, pros and cons of doing it week in, week out for next season.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's week in and week out. I think just pick some of the, what would you say, games out, and you got to, as we said the other week, you've got to share around, say for the bottomer side, let's say this year, Lockleys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got to have a chance too, because it's can be a good club fundraiser type thing, bar takings and.
Yep.
But I wouldn't do it every week. Can be a bit cold, as we spoke off air.
Yep. At
early
the beginning
season
and late in the season,
coming later on in the season.
Yep.
But I'm for it. I know some of the guys that are still working probably aren't, but yeah. Why not?
So obviously the logistics behind early games. I mean, we had to play a couple of early Friday night games because of the Nationals.
Yep.
And yes, it was a little bit chilly out there, but wasn't too bad. A couple of Friday night games did break it up a little bit, which was quite nice. Do you think that the teams that are playing each other this year, that are obviously staying in Premier League, should have the reverse leg next year? So, like this week, we've got Ascot v Hawthorn. It's at Hawthorn. So, both teams are going to stay up.
Oh, yeah.
So, next year, it's Ascot at home playing Hawthorn.
Why not?
Or do you mix it up, or do you try and pick after because we've started the NBA have started the live streams later in the season, you get a bit of sense of where the key matchups are? Yeah.
No, that's probably, especially for the side coming up, it could be a bit overwhelming, I guess, a big Friday night game on live stream, whatever else, whether it's Port and Lunga or I suppose Marion have been up. Yeah. But, you could do that, I suppose. Why not?
Yep. Yeah, so, I think there's a little bit of logistics to work out there. But, look, I'm just throwing it out there, whether we do it every week or whether we stick to this format.
I wouldn't every week.
But then, obviously the reverse leg the following year. And that sort of buys into the double headers, maybe on a Sunday or a gather-round style where you're all at one location, you play an extra round just to give that little bit of freedom, because you have a look at the average age of some of the Premier League sides, it's getting younger and younger.
Yeah, it is.
So, anyway. All right, and our last one for Hot Topics. How many marquee players is too many per round or per season?
How many we got?
Well, I mean, Holdfast a few weeks ago, obviously for their live stream game, they brought in 2 players.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the way that it's looking at the moment with Adelaide bringing in Blackie as almost a marquee player rather than a
he hasn't played many, has he?
No, but he's played enough, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's why I ask, how many is too many for that marquee player, and should we open it up a little bit more to help some of these clubs?
Well, probably, I suppose they're paying him to come over.
I would assume so.
So, some of the clubs couldn't afford to pay a marquee player.
Yep.
Holdy probably one that probably could.
Yep.
And can.
Yep.
But
does it add a different element?
Well, it can't it? We played that Lifton.
Yeah, Lifton Cohen.
Yeah,
Cohen.
Yeah, he came over.
Cohen Lifton.
We were at Paynham, and he came over for the Paynham game on a Friday night. It's just about a wasted trip over. They only just beat us. We actually played him in his rink.
I think he went down by a shot. Or
we did. But the team got absolutely slaughtered. But you wonder why they would have bothered bringing him over for that game. But anyway, I suppose one or two doesn't really hurt, I suppose. But
and because what might happen is that, if a club, let's just take Holdfast as an example, they're in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
They need to get themselves out of trouble. They bring in these marquee players for 1 or 2 weeks, and all of a sudden everything's all sweet again.
Yeah, don't know. Is that what they... I don't know.
Well, are you rorting the system, or are you trying to promote the game of bowls? That's my question. That's my big question to finish off on tonight.
Yeah,
so I'd be interested to hear people's thoughts on that.
Yeah,
and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. All right, mate, we better wind things up there. It's been a huge episode. We thank Katrina and Jayden Green. We didn't have one guest tonight. We've got 2.
2.
We're back to 1 next week. Really looking forward to it. And push for the finals. It's down to 3 rounds in the Metro. Country's pretty much all at their last minor round. So we'll have some finals to talk about next week, especially
Certainly
up in the country there.
Yep.
Mate, as per usual, we've got to do a lot better than this.
I don't know how we can.
It's the quality of guests. It has to be the quality of guests. Until next week, like, rate, subscribe, share it with your friends, family. your enemies, your opposition players. Get the talk going. I had a few people come up to me on Sunday and sort of say, "Oh, I've been listening to the podcast, and you're doing that podcast." Yep. So they're enjoying it as well.
So the Walkerville boys are listening. Yep. One, Brad Jansen, he listens on the way to bowls each week. It fires him up.
Well, there you go. Don't know about that, but anyway.
He used to go straight to the toilet.
All right. Until next week, we'll see you then. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, boy.